and welcome to the Auditing and Sandy Newscast for July 29th, 2024. I'm Jim Finch, and I'm going to be your host for a story on Jose Chile DeCastro, an update on the GoFundMe market, and a look at what insane things were happening 1 year ago today. Today is memorable for how little is going on in the real world right now, as most of the auditors and personalities we follow apparently took the week, the weekend, and today off from doing anything interesting. But we're here to brighten your day with tales of ineptitude, petty vendettas, and the all-around joy that is Regan Benson. Aren't you lucky? On that note, GoFundMe, DeCastro shoots blanks again. For all his bravado, for all of his never-ending words, for all of his boasts, boosts, self-congratulatory statements, egotistical comments, and drama, Jose Chile DeCastro couldn't raise a dime in GoFundMe money on Sunday. We won the day again with a $10 donation from our hate watcher. They may hate us to the point of forcing us to write this column every day, but they consistently do the one thing that DeCastro can't seem to find anyone to do. They donate. It's been said before and it'll be said again. DeCastro has 598,000 subscribers. Think about that. That's more than 500,000 subscribers in total. He gets almost twice as many subscribers as we do in total subscribers each and every day. Even if most on his part are fake, there's got to be one person in the bunch to throw money at him. But he's making mad money from trifold and 5A cop card sales, yo. That's where he's getting the real money. No, he's not. Come back to Earth. Watch a DeCastro show and see how many sales he does. Real full-price sales. You can usually count them on one hand. Sure, he gives away trifolds and cop cards. Sure, he says he's making mad money from YouTube and he's rolling in dough. But is he? At this point, he's giving away more trifolds and cop cards than anything else. Just by going by observed numbers during a regular extended live stream, he's pulling in less than $100. He gets more from super chats and memberships than anything else, and that's only when his big donors find his chat and have something left over to give him. He's living in a studio. The difference between a homeless person and DeCastro at this point is that his landlord really doesn't care if he squats in his studio as long as the rent is paid every month. DeCastro's a nice enough guy to talk to if you avoid his trigger words, but the moment the rent goes south, he's out of there. We're not even getting into his debt. His studio in downtown Las Vegas costs money. His van payment costs money. He has to eat. He has a gym membership and has to get food for his dog. And whatever he spends a month for recreational stimulants, allegedly, hair product, eating, gas, and that total takes a good portion of the money he's making from YouTube each month. That's before the money for all of his lawsuits. We haven't heard about his federal civil lawsuit against Las Vegas in a while because he can't afford the $100,000 he needs for the lawyer he wants. He can't even afford to put a retainer down at this point. The money isn't there. It's been 4 days since he had a donation for the fund for that lawyer, 2 weeks since a donation for his lawyer fund only to, quote, support other activists, unquote, 10 days since his other Help People fund got a donation, and 2 months since he got a donation to go towards the lawyer he needs for his next criminal case. Add in the $1,600 and the $4,950 he's been ordered to pay Michael Blue Bacon Paratini, and the $28,500 he still owes Presley Ranker's lawyer for legal debts, and there's a serious problem. Also, the startling fact that he's not pretty anymore, and he's about to hit 50. He no longer dates and rarely leaves the studio, so he's worthless hooking up his old sugar daddies with women or seeking a good time. He might consider offering himself as a substitute, but he scared away all the older women who had taken an interest in him, except Gloria, of course, and would have probably given him a good life to play out his little games of being governor and pretend to be a success. There's a path forwards for DeCastro. There are ways where he can find a way out of the rut he's in, but not until he faces hard truths and not until he finds a reliable source of income that doesn't hold his future on a quick score from a federal civil rights lawsuit that will take at least 5 years to get go-away money. We won the day again. Yay! Let's watch and see what Chili does tomorrow to turn things around. On that note, if you'd like to join our hate watcher, making me point out the same thing I've been pointing out for months now, and forcing me to continue writing this column each morning, we do have a GoFundMe of our own. All proceeds go to keeping the lights on, eating, and writing new stories to feature here and on ReallyCoolSite.org. DeCastro Sunday Livestream Fizzles. Jose Chile DeCastro's late-night Sunday livestream fizzled with his audience as he received no super chats, super stickers, new memberships, or trifold sales during the one-hour presentation. DeCastro went live again from his studio in Las Vegas in an impromptu review of a recent video by the Armed Fisherman YouTube channel, featuring a deposition of a police officer, featuring the officer admitting that his own personal safety comes first while on the job, framing it as an admission that all police officers feel the same way and that the power to put officer safety first was granted to police by the racist Terry v. Ohio Supreme Court ruling. DeCastro fell into familiar lines demeaning the police and police policies. New to his observed claims, DeCastro announced that a recent overturning of his conviction for obstructing an officer and interference in traffic stop established new case law. The YouTuber expressed his belief that the ruling in the case now made it clear that obstruction is a physical act and that Las Vegas versus DeCastro is now established case law. DeCastro meandered a bit during the live stream, going silent and not displaying the fire that he's known for, at one point going over 4 minutes watching the video, offering minimum commentary to transform the video in compliance with YouTube's restreaming guidelines. The enthusiasm gap was also displayed by DeCastro's audience. Despite several commercials for his trifold and his 5A cop cards, no sales were verbally recorded during the live stream. DeCastro's pitches and sales falling flat to a late-night audience made up of mainly DeCastro regulars who already had his items for sale. Despite mega donor Chevy in the room, there was no observed super chat, super stickers, or memberships during the live stream. DeCastro seemed to recognize the lack of enthusiasm and openly commented that numbers were down and that he'd be sending out only 50 trifolds from sales last week. The half-hearted call to action made by DeCastro to his audience was to go out and film the police for the first time this week. DeCastro admitted that he had not been auditing or filming the police, but would be doing so soon. He also offered his legal services to those who want to sue the police, promising that if members of his audience contacted him, he'd crowdsource for the fees involved in the lawsuit and help them sue. Regarding his eventual campaign for the governorship of a still unknown state, DeCastro made it clear that his platform was totally changing the police force and that his audience should not stop voting due to the dire political climate, as he'll need them to vote for him. The YouTuber offered no updates on his travel plans this week, after previously giving a half-hearted statement that he may visit Garrett Press with Ranker Van Nett in Michigan during his trial this week. Nor did he promote his own or Ranker's GoFundMe campaigns. DeCastro is due in court this week for a motions hearing in his California Superior Court lawsuit against Kate Peter, Team Skeptic, Daniel Clement, and Michael Blue Bacon Paratini. The live stream had 3,310 views, 434 likes, and 78 comments as of press time. Benson's rage dominates this day in history. Regan Benson raged against the world on this day in history last year as she found herself investigating a single-car traffic accident that was conveniently across the street from a dentist's office she was accusing of being negligent in the death of her friend Jesse, a homeless man who died earlier last year. Jesse's body had been reported by someone in the dentist's office, but no aid was rendered by anyone in the office to save Jesse's life. Benson raged that the office was was a medical facility and that dentists have life-saving medical treatment that went to waste, as apparently whomever reported Jesse's body did not help in any way. The YouTuber was quick to accuse the dentist's office of negligence, but avoided saying the name of the dentist or the name of the office. Instead, she attempted to zoom in on the spot of Jesse's death and coincidentally caught the sign of the office with her camera. This established a pattern that we still see today with Benson, where she'll be upset and use any excuse to then expose the source of her anger for either her fans to ridicule or set up further action on her part. Nothing came of her accusations against the dentist office over the past year. She dropped the expose soon after the video. In the crazy world of Jose Chile DeCastro, the YouTuber was asking for thoughts and prayers for Jason Dollahide, who remained in the Cleveland County, Oklahoma jail over the weekend. He promised he would be showing the receipts for his donation to cover Dollahide's rent once he turned it over to Dollahide's wife, Heather. DeCastro also had some thoughts on jury nullification and contended that lawyers were looking for rich white people with high incomes who could be planted on juries to be the lone holdout against an acquittal of someone accused of a crime. He promised he would follow up on his ideas on the subject in the future. Of course, he never did. In one of DeCastro's most bizarre ideas of 2023, he proposed the establishment of Island, run by the government. Anyone convicted of would be sent there to live for the rest of their lives. Under his plan, the would be provided with food, water, shelter, and air conditioning, but could never leave the island. The government would surround it with gunboats that would instantly destroy any boats or aircraft, helping anyone try to escape the island. DeCastro also raged at a Fox News report on a man who stole a police car, who inexplicably threw himself out of the car while it was doing 70 miles per hour on the highway. DeCastro accused Fox News of helping the police by blurring the image of the man's corpse as police approached it. He would eventually conclude that the graphic image of the bleeding corpse may have been blurred to protect children at home, but he was still angry at Fox News for it. DeCastro attracted 268 out of his 251,000 followers to watch his stream live. So did we deliver or did we deliver? How not to show you're a crazed psychopath who wants revenge over everything in life by showing you're a complete lunatic who wants petty revenge on everything in life. That's the life of Regan Benson. We'd say it more, but that'd make her list, and everybody knows not to get on that list, lest she clog your bathroom toilets every night for a month, including the urinals. On the other hand, Chili is working his ass off to lose weight. He's lost a chin since being out of jail, and the more he works out, takes pills or whatever, the less energy he has for his 3-hour-long live streams. Last night, he was on the verge of sleeping during the 1-hour live stream, along with his audience for most of the stream. Something has to change, or else he has to get himself off of YouTube, because a bored and depressed DeCastro is worse than an amped up on suspicious substances DeCastro. We'll leave that one in and see if he sues. On that note, folks, we're out of here. Have a safe and wonderful evening.